Those are like the three things in my opinion that most people don't understand how important they are. I'm not even talking about strategy, system. I can teach you all how to trade. I can teach you ways to get in and out the market, but at the end of the day, being a successful trader isn't going to be easy. I don't care how many YouTube videos, I don't care how many Instagram videos you watch where people try to give you the best strategy, how to make money quick, how they made $1,000 in 10 minutes. You guys got to understand that this is going to be the hardest thing you've ever done. This is going to be the hardest journey you've ever put yourself through, and it's going to be one of the main things that build you into that successful person that you do want to be. I just want to make this video give you guys a perspective from someone that has been trading for 4 years. I've been day trading. I started with Forex, but I've been trading indexes for primarily my whole career. I probably traded Forex for maybe 6 months out of the 4 years. The rest has been 3.5 years of straight US 30, straight NAS 100, S&P 500. Those main three indexes are the only thing I switched to. So anybody that wants to know the type of trader I am, day trader that trades indexes, just to keep it simple. But majority of this video, I want to be able to categorize anybody that's a trader. If you're a stock trader, crypto trader, Forex trader, futures trader, whatever type of trading, options, whatever it is, the concepts are the same. The market is going to be the market. Risk management is going to be risk management. Emotions are going to be emotions. These are the main things that you got to understand when you want to become a successful trader. Primarily, before anything, you got to understand yourself. And most people, when they first start trading, they're not going to understand how important that is. Most people aren't going to understand how important it really is to understand yourself. And when I say understand yourself, it can get really deep into understanding yourself, because everybody's going to be different. Everyone's going to have different strengths and weaknesses that they need to understand. But let's just use myself as an example. What are some things about myself that I've learned from trading that I know I've had to change, or some things that I know I had to tweak to make sure that I end up seeing the success that I want to have? One thing for me, for example, would be patience. I know I'm personally not a patient person. I can't hold a full position trade for a week. I can't hold a full position trade for a month. Me personally, I know I can't do that. You might be able to. And that's something you got to go and get the experience so you can learn that. But me personally, I know I'm not patient. So what did I do to capitalize on my strengths and not minimize myself based off my weaknesses? So since I know I'm not patient, I try to day trade. I try to be in trades for an hour to 2 hour max, maybe a couple hours. But overall, I have a limit to how much I know I can personally withhold. Like the longest trade I've probably been in was probably like 6-7 hours. And mind you, these trades that I'm in for that long, I'm not watching it majority of the time. I'll probably watch it for that hour, 2 hours, but after that, I mentally can't sit at and stare at that chart, watch that trade play out, because I know if it goes against me, it's going to cause me to go on tilt. I know if it goes in my favor, I'm just going to be sitting there losing my mind, having emotions, second guessing a trade that I don't need to be doing that. But it comes down to understanding yourself. I know I'm not patient, so I'm not going to put myself in those situations that are inevitably going to lead me to a downfall. Another thing could be such as understanding your risk parameters, understanding how much money you are okay with losing. This can be very, like I said, the stuff I say is very vague, but you guys got to always use them for yourself, because you got to understand risk management is very different depending on each trader, each person, because everyone's going to have a different account size. Everyone's going to have a different risk they use per trade. Everyone's going to have a different amount of trades they're taking, but you got to understand that you got to take the core concepts of how much you risk per trade. How many trades are you allowing yourself a day? How many trades are you allowing yourself a week? How many losses can you take before you stop trading? How many wins can you take before you stop trading? Those are all things that no matter the type of trader, no matter how big your account is, these are all things that you need to have in place. And the only thing that's going to change is the number variable. 2 trades, 1 trade, risk $100 per trade, risk $10 per trade. The only thing that changes is the number. So when it comes down to trading, you need to understand yourself. And there's going to be thousands of things, hundreds of things that you're going to learn over time. I can't tell you what you're going to learn, but I can tell you what I've learned for myself. Risk management. Risk management is key. Without risk management, it doesn't matter how good your system is. It doesn't matter how good your strategy is. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you can have the best trading system in the world. You can win 90% of your trades. Let's just say even 95% of your trades, you're winning. Banger trades, 95% of them. But if that 5% of trades, you're over risking, over leveraging, going on tilt, doing everything wrong, not following the plan, then that 90% of trades, 95% of trades that were winners is going to get wiped out with that 5% of trades. And most people that start trading don't understand how impactful that really is, because they hear us say it, but until you actually go through it, until you have a great month and then wipes out with one trade, you don't realize how impactful each day is. You got to treat each day as it was yesterday. You got to treat each day like it's the last. You got to treat each day as with the same importance as the last day and the next day. Every day is as much as important as the next and the last. People don't understand that, especially in trading. People get in the mindset of when they're in profit, they try to risk profits. When people get in the mindset of, oh, they've had a good month, I'm going to risk more. People don't understand because they don't have enough experience to realize when you do things such as risk more on a trade, you risk more. What if you lose? Are you prepared to lose? Are you prepared to understand how you're going to handle yourself if you lose? Are you prepared to go on tilt or prevent yourself from going on tilt due to that loss? Most people don't understand that those emotions, and emotions are very key in trading. It's something that we want to eliminate as much as possible, but we know we're going to feel the emotions. We can't get rid of the emotions. We know that. Anybody that is a successful trader has been trading for a long time. They know you can't get rid of the emotions. It's all about how you handle them and how you're going to manage them. That is key. You're never going to get rid of the emotions. When you're in a winning trade, you're going to feel good. When you're in a bad trade, you're going to feel bad. It all comes down to what you're going to do as a result to feeling those ways, as a result to those emotions. Us, we want to eliminate emotions by managing them the best as we can. And things you could do like that are going to be able to make sure that happens is have a plan, have a strategy, have rules, have the discipline to follow those rules. Because as I keep telling you guys, you can have the best strategy, you can have the best rules, the best everything, but if you're not following them, it don't mean nothing. If you're not going to actively do what you're supposed to do, it don't mean nothing. You're going to lose your account. You're going to get blown out the water. You're not going to be able to trade another day. Our goal is to be able to trade another day. And the way we trade another day is having rules, having a system that we follow day in, day out, every day. I'm not going to say every day. You don't have to trade every day, but you get the idea. You got to follow the rules every day. Say, for example, you took yesterday was a loss, today was a loss, tomorrow you're not supposed to trade. Don't trade. If you don't trade, that is still following your rules, because the things that happened prior to that led to that effect of not trading is you following the rules. Those are like the three things, in my opinion, that most people don't understand how important they are. I'm not even talking about strategy, system. I can teach you all how to trade. I can teach you ways to get in and out the market, but at the end of the day, that doesn't mean nothing. I've had students, especially this week, I'm not going to say the name. I've had a student that made a couple $100s. He brought an account from, I think, 500 to around 1,400 or so. And mind you, he hasn't been trading long. And if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about, but this is kind of advice to you, and also not to you, just to anybody that's also in the same position as you, because I know multiple people have been in this position. But he made a lot of money. He's very new to trading, not much experience, but he was still able to make a lot of money with a live account. He didn't withdraw money and ended up losing that account due to just a couple of little mistakes that were really involved in risk management. A lot of them didn't really have to do with the system, the strategy, none of that. It had to do with things outside of him actually taking trade, forgetting a trade, forgetting a stop loss. And these are all things that a lot of people don't understand in trading. They think the strategy is everything. Once you have a strategy, you're good. Once you manage your emotions and your discipline, you're good. I wish it was that easy, but there's a whole bunch of things that go into being a successful trader. You got to be dialed in all the time. You got to have that plan being followed 100% of the time. You got to have rules and systems in place to keep you from shooting yourself in the foot, keep you from self-sabotaging yourself, because in trading, our biggest enemy is ourselves, not the market. The market isn't going to make us lose money. The market isn't going to cause us to do anything. The market is a reflection of what we're going to do to ourselves. Anytime I lost a trade, it was my fault. Anytime I won a trade, it was my fault. Anytime I did some dumb shit to blow an account, lose a trade, it all was my fault. And accountability is very key. Most traders don't understand the importance of accountability, because it's very easy to say, oh, I lost this trade because of the market. Oh, I lost this trade because I followed somebody else's signals and I lost. It's very easy to shift the blame from yourself to somebody else. But in reality, once you start taking that accountability to yourself, once you start saying, okay, this was my fault, what can I do to improve? Okay, I did this wrong, what can I do to make sure this doesn't happen next time? That is going to be the path you're going to be taking, that is going to lead you to start improving. That's going to lead you to start consistently get better each day. Those little things such as accountability. But most people, they just want to blame the market. They think it's easy. They say, okay, it wasn't me. I'm still a great trader. Come back tomorrow, same thing happens. Okay, the market is just trash. We can never blame the market. Like, even with this example right now, if you've watched the vlogs from this past week and the week before that, bro, horrible conditions for me, but I was still able to make money or come out on top and not negative. Why? Risk management, understanding myself, not blaming the market, and understanding it's me. No matter how shitty the conditions are, you're still the one taking the trade. You're still one pressing buy or sell. No matter how horrible the beginning of the year is, because right now it's January. The day I'm recording this is January 20th. It's still the beginning of the year, beginning of the month. The volume is still iffy and the conditions aren't the best, but at the end of the day, I know that. So even if I get into a trade and lose, I can't blame the market, because with the understanding that the conditions aren't the best and aren't the highest quality, I'm still trading. So it all comes back to me at the end of the day. I take the trades. It's my accountability. It's my fault. It's fine, because when I win, it's also my fault. Every time I take a good trade, it is my fault. Every time I have a successful trade, it is my fault. Vice versa. All negatives and positives in trading all lead back to us as people. Another thing I also wanted to kind of talk to you guys about is strictly, like, you guys are going to understand a lot of this video is mainly me either talking to myself to like kind of have the documentation, or talking to like a younger version of myself, because I want these videos to really just give you the value that I'm learning right now. Everything that I'm learning right now, everything I'm learning about myself, the market, trading, business, entrepreneurship, I'm documenting it all, and I'm talking to you guys because I want you to be able to learn from it. I want you to learn from my experience. The stuff that I did wrong, things that I did that led me to lose a lot of money, that led me to get into debt, that led me to all those things, they all compile into you as a person, not a trader, not a nothing. You as a person, everything you are doing as a whole. And the thing with trading is a game where it's you versus you. So no matter what happens outside the world, inside trading, outside, it's all compiled into you as a person. What are you going to be able to do to make sure you perform at the highest performance? And it's a very hard thing, especially when you're in an industry where your money is at risk. There's a lot of emotions involved, and as anybody that actually trades, you would know emotions are the root of all of your failure, or the root of all of your mistakes, because those emotions cause you to react a certain way. Not saying the emotions are at fault, because at the end of the day, your emotions are part of you, which indirectly makes it your fault, but it's just understanding that thing. But trading isn't easy. Most people don't understand that to be a good trader, you got to learn from experience. That's the main thing. I could teach you everything I've learned. I could teach you everything I do on a day-to-day basis. But if you don't actually know how to see it live, if you don't know how to spot it before it's happening, if you don't have the experience to understand what things cause you to go on tilt, what things cause you to get into your emotions, what things cause you to feel a certain way. Like an example I can give you for me personally, if I'm in a trade and I hit TP1, I move my stops to break even. Say I go to TP2 and I'm very close to the overall TP, and by overall TP meaning, say for example, I risk $100 and I'm up, and my target is 300 and I'm up $290. There'll be times where even though I'm up 290, it will go all the way back down to break even and I make nothing. Even though I was only $10 away from making that 300, it went all the way back to break even and I made nothing. Those are examples where I then try to get into another trade to make it back, because I mentally thought I won the trade. I mentally thought my day was over because the trade was almost successful and I had a winning day, and it comes back and stops me out. Things like that are things that personally make me over trade. Things like that cause me to get into another trade. Things like that end up causing me to go on tilt. Why? Because I don't like having a winning trade go 100% against me. And that's still something I struggle with today, but that's why I put rules in place to prevent things like this happening. So one thing that I've put in place for my system personally is, if I'm aiming for that TP3, after I'm past TP2, I'm going to start moving my stop loss and profit. So even if it does fully reverse, I'm not making nothing. That trade isn't completely useless because I'm making nothing, winning nothing. I'm at least going to take something off that can make that experience a win, that can make those experience less draining on my emotions. Because if I actually was able to capitalize on some of those trades instead of making zero, I might have not traded after. I might have not over risked. I might have not over leveraged. I might have not over traded. All of those things that happen after the trade. I'm gonna make this video to really give you guys understanding of the day-to-day, what really makes trading important, what makes a successful trader. And there's a lot to it. Not much I can talk too much in this video. I would be going for hours and hours about different concepts. And this is just all from the top of my head. I have no notes, no nothing. I just wanted to make this as raw as possible, just to really give you guys a clean one-to-one, just kind of a little words to myself, advice I would give myself, tips that I would give myself if I was 2-3 years younger. And just at the end of the day, if I had to give all of you a tip, no matter the type of trader you are, you could be anything, any type of trader, any entrepreneur, not even just trader in general, just entrepreneur, understand your money management, understand yourself and your industry, and once you have those three, build off it. Don't try to switch what you're doing. Don't try to switch from strategy, system, business plan to another business plan. Stick to what you know is going to work long term. Build off it. Whether it's a strategy, whether it's a business plan, whether it's just a plan in general, stick to the plan. No matter what obstacles come in your way, no matter what happens, no matter what setbacks, keep going. Because once you have the plan, it's only a matter of time before you execute that plan. And if you have the goals, if you have everything actually structured to where you know where you're going and you know how you're going to get there, it makes everything so much easier. But with that being said, appreciate everyone for watching this video. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Make sure you check the links in the description if you want to join the VIP trading network, where we trade live. You guys get our signals live and you get to trade with us live, get that one-on-one experience live. Make sure you check the link in the description. The free trading course that'll teach you everything you need to know to get the basics of trading is also in the description. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for the next vlog coming up, and we're gonna have a good week. Let's have a good one.